Hi, I'm Janice Burwash, and I want to share a part of my faith story that most of you haven't heard before. About 40 years ago, Martin and I had a struggling dairy farm. We struggled to get all the work done, and we struggled to pay the bills. And during this time, we were also involved in our church. We did things as we were able, and we gave regularly, but we gave at the end of the month from what was left. And not surprisingly, at the end of the month, there wasn't much left. Then, after about 5 years, we went broke. We lost everything. And we were forced to step back and say, okay, what next? Martin found a job at another farm. And as we were getting our lives back on track, we decided to start tithing to our church. That's right. When we were at rock bottom financially, we decided to give 10% off the top at the first of the month. I remember a conversation Martin and I had when we were making this decision. I said something like, we've tried managing our lives and our finances on our own, and we've not done such a great job. How about if we ask God to be part of our plan? And we'd been struggling, which had understandably caused us to have an attitude of scarcity. But we made the decision that we wanted to live with an expectation of sufficiency. But we weren't bargaining with God. We weren't saying, God, we're going to do this for you, so what are you going to do for us? Instead, our giving was an act of faith. We had faith in God's promises to take care of us. And as we set our plan in motion, I thought of something I'd heard in a sermon several years before, the idea that faith is an action verb. It's not standing at the edge of a cliff and saying, I think I can jump to the other side. It's actually jumping. So in that beginning, when we wrote that check every month, that was a big leap of faith. And now, 40 years later, we've discovered that God makes a pretty good financial partner. There have been so many times throughout the years when unexpected funds have come just when we needed them, or people and opportunities have been put into our lives that have really helped us through the years. And through all of this, we have seen the hand of God at work in our lives. And now we're in a position that we can give generously. We give to our church, to our community. We give to ensure that Burlington Lutheran Church thrives. So now I have some questions for each of you. What will it look like if Burlington Lutheran continues to thrive? And with Burlington Lutheran Church as our home place, if we all continue to be God's love in our communities. Think of that vision and think about if you want to be a part of that vision. Then I'd ask you to consider what it would look like to take your own leap of faith, to have an attitude of sufficiency, not an attitude of scarcity, to have a mindset of abundance, and to acknowledge all that we've been given and trust that God will continue to provide. What would that leap of faith look like for you?